business announcements for only $99, 30-second commercials for only $2.49, 60-second commercials for only $3.99, and our special, The Hit List, for only $24.50 weekly. It's so simple. Let GBKM FM advertise for you. Contact.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Living Your Best Life right here on GBKM FM, the mouthpiece. Now, I know I went on break and I was by myself, and now I'm here with Candace Shepard, and she is the author of her newest novel, From the Reservoir of Resilience. And she's here to share with us, her process and starting this novel and how she was able to accomplish what she has. And, for those of you just tuning in, I was talking about pursuing your passion and how important it is to, think about the things that you are passionate about and being able to pursue those things and looking at, what you were good at as a child and being able to kind of follow up with that now as an adult and just pursuing it and taking things step by step. So I am super excited to have you here, Candace. And, I want everyone to know who you are and what your novel is about. So if you could just start by introducing yourself to the world and let everyone know who you are and how you became an author.
Thank you very much. So my name is Candace Shepard, and basically early on in life, I always was a person who liked to give advice, uplift people, and just be there as a shoulder to lean on. As I continued on through life, I realized that I wanted to help others. I wanted to help others overcome their struggles. I wanted to help them heal any, trauma or stress that they had in their life. And so I decided to go to school for psychology. So that was part of the reason as well that I decided to write my book.
Sorry to interrupt you, but can you shout out what school you went to?
I went to York University.
Woo!
My main campus was Glendon. However,
Yes.
I did take some classes at the main campus at Keele, York University. Yes.
Yes. So I always like to shout out York U because I went to York U too. So we're alumni now. Sounds weird to say that, but I just had to shout out York U. So sorry, go ahead.
So basically on my journey, when I was in high school, actually, I became pregnant at 16, and I had a son at 17. And at that point, I really didn't know what I was going to do. However, the first question my mom asked me after I told her was, what she said, what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to finish school? And so I made it a goal in my mind that I would complete school on time. I would continue doing anything that I wanted to do. And I did complete high school on time. I actually graduated with honors from high school. And then I was accepted into Glendon. So that's where I pursued my bachelor's degree in psychology, as well as attained a law and social thought certificate. So I am no stranger to the struggle of having to push through and excel, even though there are barriers in the way, or you may have some hardships. It's still important to keep going and keep your head up.
Definitely. Very important. And, your story is so inspirational, Candace, because a lot of people, when things happen in life that are unexpected, they don't know how to go forward. And sometimes you may use those things. I'm not saying that, it's a crutch, but sometimes people don't know how to go forward when things happen like that. And I just want to, talk to you a little bit about how you were able to still push through, because a lot of, even I've had friends that had children young and they didn't, they weren't able to go to school anymore, or they felt that they couldn't. So you know, for you, I mean, that's such an amazing thing that you were still able to do that and come out on top. And I just want to know a little bit more about how that process was for you.
So, one of the things I will say is, as you were saying, a lot of people get discouraged and a lot of people allow what people say to get to them. And you really have to remember that you should be your main strength. Outside of if you have, you know, a God you worship or a God you love,
Right.
you should be that person that you listen to. You don't listen to the naysayers. You don't listen to people who are negative or want to put you down, because you know yourself best at the end of the day. So really and truly, I also wanted to I want to show people that they were wrong, essentially, as well. It was one of those things that's like, yeah, you think I'm not going to finish school. You think I'm not going to graduate. You think I'm not going to be successful, but I'm going to show you as well. And also I had something to prove to myself that I was going to accomplish this. So one of the things I would say as well is that whenever you're in a hard time, you should always research for resources, you know, resources in your area, resources that you can use. When I was young, but before I graduated high school, there are programs that help women who, you know, had a child young. They kind of give you some assistance financially. It's not much, but that could help with babysitting. They pay actually for a babysitter for you to go to school. So, you know, you should reach out to or Google, you know, community assistance programs.
Okay.
Just in general, you know, it doesn't have to be that you had a child young. It could be, you know, other things you're going through. There are programs out there. And also, I would say that just keeping your goal in mind, you know, every day, keeping your goal in mind, pushing through to the end. Yeah, kept me going.
That's very important. Pushing through and keeping that goal in mind. And I think anyone that has a goal or anyone that has anything that they want to accomplish, sometimes things are going to get in the way. It's not going to be a perfect journey. And it's just always having that in your mind. Okay, this is going to be my end goal, and just focusing on that. And I love that you talked about programs being available, because I think the general masses does not know that there is help. And I think people get stuck in feeling like they're alone. And really, you're not alone. And I love that Candace mentioned those programs, because there is help out there and there are people willing to help. And it's so important. They say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to do anything, really.
It does.
And, you know, there is help out there. So for any of you out there that do have, you know, obstacles that you're trying to overcome and still pursue whatever it is you're doing, seek help. You know, it's important to get help, and everyone needs help. No one is above that. So the fact that they had programs that could babysit and, you know, help you with your child, that's amazing. So definitely Google any programs that you can find that are willing to help you. And I think that was great that you shared that, Candace. And, you know, I want to get into your novel and how you were able, or let's even talk about the process. Like, where was your mind at before this novel started, and how did you decide, I'm going to do this novel? I want to write a novel.
I would say very, you know, like when I was a teenager, you know, when social media first launched, I was the type of person that was always posting something, posting a quote, posting a rant, you know, posting my opinion about what's on the news, you know. I became very outspoken online and in my personal friend groups, right? So eventually, you know, as time was going on, you know, I did have ideas to do certain things like a YouTube channel, or, you know, I've made several attempts at doing a blog, but I never continued. I never, followed through. Sometimes people would say like, oh, YouTube channel, like who's going to watch your channel? Or, know, and as you said, like sometimes things people say can discourage you.
Yep.
So at that point, I kind of just didn't pursue anything more. And my friends,